Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nayri, also known as Wedding Fashion Expert. This week's video is dedicated to all my newly engaged brides out there. We are discussing what to consider when selecting bridal stores to shop and what to consider when you begin the search for your wedding dress, giving you all the details in this video. Before we dive into this week's topic, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Drop me a comment below. Let me know if there's a particular video topic you'd like me to create for you. I am here for you, guiding you along the way leading up to your special day. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I am so honored that you have found me. I am, of course, a wedding fashion expert, stylist, buyer, wear so many different hats at LOVELLA Bridal, located in Los Angeles, California. For daily content, be sure to follow us on Instagram at LOVELLA Bridal, at LOVELLA Plus, and at Wedding Fashion Expert. And be sure to hit that follow button on TikTok at LOVELLA Bridal and at Wedding Fashion Expert as well. I thought that this would be a great video to kick off our first video of 2024. There are so many couples that have gotten engaged over the holidays. I thought that it would be great to do a little refresher on what you're looking for when you are searching for the right stores to shop, how many stores should you shop, and the different things to consider to prepare yourself to make these appointments as valuable and fruitful as an experience as possible for you, your guests, for the stores, all of the above. I just want to give you all the tools so that you can have the best and most productive experience possible. Let's start off with when should you start shopping for your wedding dress. Ideally, in a perfect world, you want to start shopping for your dress 1 year before your wedding. Dresses take about 6 to 8 months to order. So that being said, you want to allow time for alterations. When you're shopping a year before your wedding, you are giving yourself the most amount of options to choose from because you aren't limited on delivery dates. Now, for those of you who are watching this video and don't have a year, maybe you have 6 months, maybe you have 8 months until your wedding, or even sooner. There are still options for you. Dresses can be rush delivered. Sometimes there are dresses that can be quick ship styles or even sample gowns. And a sample gown is what is hanging in store. So it is our sample gowns that we sell for a discount. If you fit in the sample size, you have the opportunity to purchase a sample gown at a discounted price. So you get some savings there, which is phenomenal, and you have your dress immediately. So there are options. You'll want to reach out to the stores to see what is available for you within the time frame that you are working in. It's just that when you do have a full year to plan your wedding and you're shopping for your dress early, you just have more selection to choose from. So in a perfect world, you are buying your dress 1 year before your wedding to allow time for alterations. Typically, we recommend your alterations to take place 2 months before your wedding. So in a perfect world, your first fitting is 2 months before, your second fitting is 1 month before, and your third fitting is 2 weeks before your wedding. That's usually the timeline, more or less, subject to change based on the store and or the seamstress that you are doing your alterations at. Super important, how do you pick a store to shop? How many do I recommend you consider to shop? So here's the deal. When it comes to selecting your stores, keep in mind that designers have a certain mile radius from certain stores. So each designer is going to have their inventory a distance apart. So if you are driving all over town and driving long distances, you are going to start to see a redundancy in inventory. So I want you to keep that in mind. I want you to do your research on what styles appeal to you. What vibe are you going for? What stores have these designer dresses? How much quantity do they have of these designer dresses? And the price points that they are in. When it comes to shopping for your wedding dress, it's really hard for you to know what the dollar buys you. Everything online in photos look beautiful, but the quality, the fit, the construction, you get to appreciate all of that in person. At the same time, I want you to keep an open mind about the pricing because I want you to get an understanding of what the dollar buys you. You might be looking at certain styles online, and then when you go in store, they feel totally, totally different. So I want you to keep an open mind about pricing, although I kind of want you to come up with a number that you are comfortable in. Like, you don't want to exceed X amount of numbers. But maybe, just maybe, once you get shopping, you realize, the amount that I set isn't getting me the look that I'm actually liking in person. So that's something that's going to be determined. What you love online and what you end up loving what you try on can be and are oftentimes two totally different things. Now, rewinding it back a moment to how many stores you should be shopping. Because of the radius of distance of the dresses and inventory and the way that that works within our industry, I typically recommend selecting 3 really, really good bridal stores. What determines a really good bridal store? I will get into that. But I want you to pick 3 top stores based on some of your research. Maybe it's been from word of mouth, maybe it's looking at reviews. When it comes to reviews, I want you to keep in mind that the reviews are always extremes. Extremes of people super happy or really, really unhappy. So I don't want you to make a final decision based on reviews, but I want you to kind of look at them, take it as a grain of salt, give the business the benefit of the doubt. Also go from your friends' experiences. If you have friends who have gotten married already and gone through the process, they've learned a lot and hopefully you won't repeat any of their mistakes. So that's how I want you to start your dress shopping experience, selecting your stores. Start with 3 stores. Once you shop more than 3 stores, you're starting to see the same inventory over and over and over again. And when it comes to bridal, quantity is not the way to go, it's quality. Quality pics of dresses, quality pics of stores. The quantity is truly irrelevant. I can't tell you how many times we have had brides come to LOVELLA, they've only shopped LOVELLA. Oftentimes it's the first dress they tried on, first store, boom, they're done. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. If you fall in love with a dress and you're genuinely in love with it, save yourself the time, energy, and the effort and do it. You get to cross that off your to-do list and move on to another element of the wedding planning. However, if you feel like you truly want to explore your options, go for it. Oftentimes, I actually encourage brides to go to a few other stores because it really helps solidify your decision, but that's not necessarily a determining factor in you finding your dress. This also comes down to your personality and how much you feel like you want to shop. When it comes to bridal, it's truly about quality over quantity. In most aspects of life, it's truly like that. It's really all about the quality picks and picking really strategically and smart. And also doing business with a store and an individual that you like and trust really makes the world of a difference. That's how I recommend you select your stores. I also do not recommend going to all the stores in one day. When I'm working with brides who are new to the search, I can tell that after a certain amount of time together, their eyes get glazed over. It is so much new things being thrown at you. There's so much information to process. And this is also what I mean when I say quality over quantity. So when we're talking about quantity of minutes spent, hours spent in a store, you truly need a good solid hour to an hour and a half in a store. Any more than that, at that point, you can't retain the information. You'll see what I'm talking about. When you start shopping, you're going to forget the dress that you had on 10, 15 minutes ago because there's just so much stimulation and new stuff being thrown at you. This happens all the time. It's extremely common. So if you go to 3 stores in a day, it is information overload. It is overstimulation overload, and you're really not giving each store, each dress, its true opportunity. Those are some of the really big key components I encourage you to consider when you're booking appointments. Do 1 appointment a day so that you can really sit in that moment, enjoy it, and when you do it back to back, it really is, it does more harm than good in my personal opinion because it is just too much happening all at one time that you don't even take a moment to process what's going on. Now, once you've selected the stores based on styles, designers that you're interested in, you've booked your appointment, you've done it in a way where it's a day that you feel good. If you wake up in the morning and you're having a bad day or you're on your period, you don't feel good, if you are just not vibing in that day, I want you to cancel your appointment. Even if you've paid for your appointment, there are stores who charge for appointments. Even if you've paid for the appointment and you're going to lose the money for the appointment time, you are better off doing that than showing up to the appointment in the not best mindset and not feeling great about yourself to make a decision on what you're wearing on wedding day. Not productive. Ultimately, you're wasting the store's time. You're wasting your time because you're not feeling your best self. You're not going to make the best decision. And while, yes, you've paid for an appointment maybe, or you're canceling on the store, they can always get somebody else in. We want you to come in the best mindset, ready to make decisions and excited to try dresses on. It is totally normal to feel nervous about trying dresses on. So I want you to know that if you're nervous, that's okay. Think about the first date that you went on with your fiance. You likely were a little nervous. Some beautiful experiences start from nervous energy. As the saying goes, feeling nervous is just excitement without the breath. So all in all, it's okay to feel nervous, but if you're having a bad day and you are just not vibing with where you're at and you're not feeling good about yourself, I don't want you to go in. I want you in the best possible mindset, open to suggestions from your stylist, open to the experience, and just flowing with it and seeing where this process takes you. That's the mindset we want you in for your appointment. Now, let's discuss a little bit about how to best prepare for your appointments. You're doing the best thing already. You're watching my videos. You're getting the information that you need directly from the source, a stylist working in the store. That is an amazing first step into preparation for your appointment. The next thing is doing research on the store that you're going to. So for example, at LOVELLA on our website, we have wedding dresses on our website with all of our different designers. Under each designer tab has the price range that you can shop and a selection of the dresses that we have available in store for you to try on. It is extremely helpful that our brides that are coming in to shop at LOVELLA have gone on our website, taken screenshots of dresses that they like, because that gives the stylist that you're working with an idea of your overall vibe. What's kind of resonating with you? What styles are you sort of interested to start trying on first? Super helpful. If you come in with absolutely zero images to show your stylist, it's so difficult for them to get an idea of what your style is. So just give them one or two dresses to start with. Your experience trying dresses on, it starts with a handful of dresses, 1 to 2. That's it. All of my appointments start with 2 dresses because once we put on the first dress, we are going to learn what you like and what you don't like about it. Then we put on the second dress, you give more feedback. Based on your feedback, that inspires the dress that I'm going to pull next. But the photos are so valuable because it gives us an idea of where to begin. There are definitely times where I'm batting a 0 and my selections are not cutting it for the bride. At that point in time, we take a pause and I allow the bride to browse the racks to see if there's anything that catches her eye. The reason why I don't browse the racks with my bride prior to the appointment is because it's not a best use of our time together. Once I get you in the dress, I get your feedback, then I can work my magic. I know the inventory better than any bride walking in through the door. So long as you're communicating, your stylist is only going to be as good as the feedback that you give them. So you need to be able to communicate what you like and what you dislike and what look you're trying to go for. Maybe you don't even know what look you're trying to go for, and that's where we get to work our magic for you. So that's also a super important thing, is communication is key during these experiences. Again, it's not about the quantity of dresses you try on. It's not about the quantity of minutes and hours you are in the store. It is about the quality and the strategy behind it that's going to lead you to the perfect look on wedding day. Now, you might be thinking that you have no idea what vibe you want for your wedding, or maybe you're thinking, I'm having this type of a wedding that calls for X type of dress. Maybe it's an indoor ballroom wedding and you're having a very, very formal event. You feel like you need to be in this grand over-the-top dress. I want to interrupt your thought right there and just tell you, please do not pick a style or a vibe based on your venue. I have said this from the beginning of time, and it was a prime example for the brides who picked dresses based on venue, and then COVID hit and 2020 shut down everything and everybody had to replan their weddings, brides were buying dresses all over again because they had bought a dress based on a venue and that wasn't the type of wedding they were having. So then they went and they got another dress that they loved that they could wear anywhere. This happened constantly. So what I want you to do is not think about your venue or even the theme of the wedding, really. Buy the dress that you feel the most beautiful and confident in, because I am a huge believer that you can wear whatever, whenever, however, in any location you want to tie the knot in. If you want to wear a huge beaded ball gown on a beach, you deserve to be in the beaded ball gown on the beach. Who is anybody to judge that? You deserve to be in the look that makes you feel the most beautiful and confident. This is the most important article of clothing you will ever wear, and I don't want you to pick it based on anyone's opinions, anyone's thoughts, what other people think you should be in. You deserve to be in exactly what makes you feel beautiful and confident. And I promise you, if you do that, you will not have buyer's remorse. You will be so thrilled with your selection. That now leads me into who are you inviting and who are you bringing in to shop with you. If you are not bringing in certain individuals to shop with you, do yourself a favor and do not send photos of dresses or looks to people who have not been a part of that experience. What happens is you end up on a specific look or dress based on what you've tried on. Just like I mentioned, based on your feedback, based on the dresses you tried on, it leads you into the next dress and it leads you to finding you your dress. It's extremely unfair to blindly send a random photo to someone to get their opinion when they have no idea what led you to that dress. So you're asking a blind opinion and you're setting yourself up to not be successful because they're going to fire off random opinions. If you care about people's opinions, they need to be a part of the journey and the experience and attend your appointments. That sets people up for success. I can't tell you the number of times I have had brides have buyer's remorse because they have bought dresses based on people's opinions, sending photos, or based on what their mom wanted them to wear, based on what the fiance said that they wanted them to wear. So because of that, I highly discourage any of those things because a photo is just a flat photo. They're not going to see how you feel in it. I know that a bride has found her dress because of the way she smiles, her body language, the way she moves, her energy, her vibe in it. All of a sudden, I'll see the bride start dancing to the music in store. I know we found the one because that energy sets a tone. But when you're sending a flat image, none of that gets translated. They don't see your body language. And then it leads you down a path of ruling out a dress that you felt really pretty in, and now you're buying something that you didn't feel as good in. So I want you to focus more on how you feel. And I also want you to not go home and sleep on the decision, because sleeping on a decision doesn't give you more clarity. It actually confuses you. So if you're not going to make it the decision that day and you want a moment to step away from it, totally fine. My only rules here are: do not overanalyze the photos when you are at home. You forget how you felt in it. And just, if you're going to walk away, then walk away. Don't think about it. And then come back in several days later, a week later, whatever time you need to process, but take a step away from it and don't overanalyze, because I have had brides who rule out dresses based on how the photo was taken, but they forget again how they felt in it. So I want you to look at the photos, but I want you to look at the photos while you are in the dress at the store, so that you're looking at the photo while you're looking in the mirror, and that is going to give you so much more of a cohesive story that you can really get to the bottom of what dress you love most. Last but not least, keep an open mind about the process and just be open to your stylist and take the time to hear them out and really pay attention and listen. Your stylists are there to guide you, to give you the information at hand. And if they tell you that you need to order by a certain date, take that seriously, because I can't tell you how many brides don't take us seriously because they think that we're just trying to sell them, but really we're giving you the information that you need. It's a very unique purchase, you really want to take it seriously, because I have had so many brides come back in months later, try to order a dress. We can't get it. We can't even do a rush fee. And rush fees are a waste of money. It's just such a waste if you can order it in a timely fashion. But then a rush fee can also be a phenomenal thing if you really don't have a lot of time and you're planning a wedding really quickly. There are so much opportunity of options that you have, but if you find something you love, don't wait too long. You definitely want to place your order sooner rather than later, because dresses can get discontinued as well. If you have any specific questions when it comes to searching for your wedding dress, please DM me on Instagram at Wedding Fashion Expert. I am so happy to help you and guide you through this process. I hope that you found this video helpful and just giving you some of the top tips that came to mind of what to consider as you begin the search for your wedding dress. I am wishing you the best of luck and congratulations on your upcoming wedding. I am so excited for you and your partner and this new journey that you are on. For more videos and tips like these, please be sure to tune in every Wednesday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I will see you in next week's video.